Let's have a look at some remarks made by Kasmuel MC'OURE, for they are going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Gachagua going home will be one of the biggest achievements of our Gen Z revolution. One of the aspects that we were fighting with zeal was tribalism, and Gachagua is the face of it. Kasmuel MC'OURE, 5th October 2024. And then today, Kasmuel also made some very interesting remarks. Kasmuel MC'OURE, you campaign for a rogue government saying things like hata kama ni mwizi wetu. When you took the money to sell us this government and pulled the tribal cards, you said you were doing it for a just cause. Most of the people insulting me are on brand because they have always said the vilest things about people for engagement. They are just currently hiding behind the word revolution. For them, it's always about the money. They don't believe that there are people who can think and act without monetary motivation. I was not on any ballot paper, and neither did I campaign for anyone else but Reuben Kigame in the last election. Some of you who are so desperately campaigning to remove this government that they democratically elected sold it the loudest and continue to do so every election year, selling themselves to the highest bidder. Lakini sasa mnataka kunifunza kazi eti you've seen the light? What a bunch of pretenders. I will participate in this democracy at my own discretion as long as it's aligned with the greatest good for Kenya and her people. That's Kasmuel MC'OURE. There is a lot of confusion in the country. Battle lines have been drawn. Truthful men like us are being attacked. But we will still continue saying the truth as it is. And I know it's just a matter of time. Kenyans will open their eyes to understand this war very well. Kenyans will see for themselves where all this is heading to. I want us to put these remarks into perspective for Kenyans to understand it better. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Let me tell you the secret for those who may not know. It's good you should support something that you know how it will end, because what I'm seeing, Kenyans are just supporting things they don't understand. They don't know how it will all end. And that's where I differ with some of our friends here. I've already seen where this thing is heading to, but it's unfortunate that some of our friends here have not yet understood it. This political war currently being fought will end up into a William Ruto versus Rigathi Gachagua. Whether Rigathi will be a candidate or not, we'll be having two main camps. Ruto's camp and a camp being supported by Rigathi Gachagua. That's how all these things will end. If you look on how politics is turning out, forget about the Gen Zs for now, because I'm very sure that eventually we will have two camps, Ruto's camp and Rigathi Gachagua's camp. That's how all these things will end up. Kasmuel MC'OURE was the face of the Gen Z revolution. There is no doubt about that. People like Morara just came the other time. Nobody knew them during the demonstrations. Kasmuel was the face of the demonstrations. Kasmuel is saying very well. Let me read it again. Gachagua going home will be one of the biggest achievements of our Gen Z revolution. One of the aspects that we were fighting with zeal was tribalism, and Gachagua is the face of it. That's a Gen Z talking. Kenyans were on the streets for various reasons. Anybody saying Raila Odinga betrayed Gen Zs is somebody getting it completely wrong. There is a very big chunk of Gen Zs who are happy with what Raila Odinga did. They are very happy. And that brings us to the various reasons that took Kenyans to the streets. There are those who are on the streets because they hated anything to do with William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. They took to the streets because of that. There are also those who took to the streets because they were not happy on how William Ruto was treating Rigathi Gachagua. They were also part of Gen Zs. And then there were those who were just going with the wave. But a whooping majority of the Gen Zs were people who never believed in William Ruto in the first place. They formed the majority. And I won't be wrong to say they were mostly opposition supporters. Those were the Gen Zs. A good number, if not a majority as I talk, they are not complaining about Raila Odinga joining Ruto because they know at least they'll achieve something. Rigathi Gachagua will be kicked out of Kenya Kwanza government. And kicking out Rigathi Gachagua out of Kenya Kwanza government can bring in a new government, a government representing the face of Kenya. Look at, for example, the cabinet secretaries who came from the ODM side. I'm not supporting ODM. I'm not campaigning for Raila Odinga. I'm just trying to highlight the truths. Look at, for example, there are about 4 or 5 positions that came from the ODM side. One was from Coast, Turkana, Western. You could see it was somehow balanced. Look at the Rigathi side of the government or the William Ruto side of the government. A lot of things had gone wrong in this government. And that's why I've always maintained that Kenyans should not be very quick to attack and to embrace. The people who are seriously attacking the broad-based government are people who wanted the shareholding government to continue. They are the ones seriously attacking the broad-based government. The broad-based government is just trying to bring the face of Kenya into this Kenya Kwanza government. And that's good because we all pay taxes. We cannot have a government of only 2 communities. And these 2 communities, if Kenyans don't wake up, if these 2 communities continue, even in 2027, they'll come back and Kenyans will still be making noise. So Kenyans don't think that Gen Zs were betrayed. Gen Zs are happy with what is happening today in Kenya. As patriots, what we should do is to advocate for good governance. Ending corruption and tribalism in government, that's a step in the right direction. I just don't know whether Kenyans are understanding what I'm saying. But all in all, if you look at what is happening in the country, it will end up into a William Ruto's team and a Rigathi Gachagua's team. Whether Rigathi will be contesting or not, he will be in a camp. So it's good Kenyans to understand when they support these teams. If you say impeach both, be warned, you will most definitely find yourself in a Rigathi Gachagwa's camp. So let's stop pretending. The battle lines have been drawn. Choose your side, because there is a lot of stupidity, a lot of confusion amongst Kenyans. Eventually, we will have those two camps I've told you. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Anybody watching us outside Kenya for the first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. I'm not supporting Raila, I'm not supporting ODM. I'm just trying to say the truth as it is. I'm not taking sides. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. God bless you.